Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Here's a little boat project that I had going during the quarantine. I hope you like it. Please like and subscribe below. Thank you. Hey guys, we got some projects going on here while we can't have the business running. We're just to get some stuff done. I showed you this little boat I picked up. They were asking $400 for it, but he had a couple outboard motors. I offered him $150 for it, and he took it. So it's a nice little rowboat. Got it back here, and looking it up, it looks to be, from the photographs I can find on the internet, looks to be about 1985 Smokercraft, which was a pretty nice fishing boat at one time. I do have to go in today. I came in today to do some measurements. We got some bad rotten wood on it, and see where this has come loose here a little bit. Because the wood underneath is so bad, it's all rotten underneath here on the bottom. So I'm going to measure that out today. We're going to replace all that wood on all three seats. We're going to replace the wood on the transom back here. And I spent the last time I was here, I spent a few hours with one of these suckers, just scrubbing, trying to get all the paint that the guys put on there for duck hunting. I want to get back to the silver and the red. So I got as much loose paint off as I could. So I'll come back here next time and I'll paint this red here, and I'll get this silver again on the bottom like it was new, and it'll look a lot sharper. It looks like he's got fishing pole holders all over the place, so it's all ready to go. And other than that, it's nice and sound. We've got a couple of spots that we've got to repair, but once we get the wood all replaced and the corners all replaced in there, that'll sure up the structure of the boat. So I'll update you next time. You know, I was on the sailboat the other day, and I stumbled across this piece. This is made to go on the corner of a dock so you don't bump your boat on it. But the front end of this is a little tore up, so what I thought I'd do is kind of screw this right on the front and mount it right on there. That'll tie everything together up in the front, and I can run into anything I want, and won't hurt the sailboat. Nice protection for that. So that'd be a nice little deal there. Hey guys, just ran down to the Smokercraft that I'm redoing. The other day I went down and measured the seats out. I wasn't real happy with it. I couldn't really tell what size the plywood, everything's all swelled up. So I went out and I pulled the front seat out of it. Still looks in pretty good shape. It's aluminum, so it'll clean right up. That paint will come right off. Plywood on the top of there, so it's kind of rotted out. We'll replace all that. Flip that over. You can see where some of the pole mounts were mounted to it. So it was a little bit bent up on both sides. We'll get that all straightened out, hammered up, and shine it up. Looking good. Replace that plywood on all three seats. I may build a little platform up where this one went. I'm not sure, but the back two will have to get replaced. So okay, so far so good. Hey guys, down here by where we store the dinghies underneath, look how beautiful the water is since nobody's been in the ocean for the last month and a half. It's amazing. You can almost see right down to the bottom. It's beautiful. Say hello, Miss Melinda.
Hello.
Well, we're here today. We're taking the rest of the seats out, taking the last seat out of the boat. As you can see, we've got a long ways to go with this sucker. We've almost finished the seats on it now. Got a little bit of sanding to do and some puttying on the bottom, and then we'll get to painting on it. Got to replace that little piece of the transom there. We'll do that in the next couple of days, but we got all the seats almost all done. This is the last of them. I just pulled out the middle one just to kind of give you an idea what they look like. You can see where he put a patch in there once before. Must have rotted through. Next time you see that seat, it'll be beautiful. missing some foam underneath, so got some work to do. Got our first coat of the red paint on the inside today. Have another second coat on that one. See the transom, I still have to replace this piece here. That'll be black. All of this around here will all be black. A little bit at a time. We'll go home and reassemble some seats. Get those all ready to go. Yeah, this will all be black right here. And like I said, this will have a rubber nosing right on the front there. Just screw that right on there. So, alrighty. Got the seats all scrubbed down, cleaned up. Wire brushed it all down. Just got a coat of paint on it. Painted it black, did all 3 seats. Front seat up there. It's looking sharp. Tomorrow, once this paint dries, we'll get the new wooden seats mounted in there, screw them all together, and then be ready to go mount into the boat. Okay, we got all the wood parts and pieces cut. We got all 3 seats for the rowboat. Stained. We'll get some lacquer on those tomorrow. 2 coats, maybe 2 days. Got those really nice and shiny. We got the first coat. Well, today is seat assembly day. We've got all the parts and pieces. We've got the seats all redone. We redid the plywood. It took a long time. This is definitely the most detailed and longest part of this boat rebuild. So we're going to fast forward through this a little bit just so you can get an idea. But next we'll have to refoam in some of these parts. And you can see there where the hole was. That was actually where a battery was. I thought that would had maybe rotted through, but that's where the battery used to sit. But we're not going to need a battery on this one, so we just boarded that right over and we're screwing it together and get that all refilled with foam. Now, these seats were all stapled together from the factory, so what I did was I went through and replaced it with screws. I got it all screwed together. You can see here where the pole holders that the previous owner had, it really screwed up the aluminum that was holding the seating on. So some of it was tore up. I had to screw it all together. You can see me screwing in from the sides and a couple of spots there just to kind of get everything tied together from all the damage from the previous owner. But it all came out really nice. There was just this one small piece of foam left underneath there, and it really was a part of the structure of the boat, back where the battery used to go. So what I did is filled this in with some great stuff, some foam, just to carry some of the weight of the seat there, since it was all hollow underneath. Okay, May 6th it is. Yesterday was Cinco de Mayo, so hard to tell sometimes in this crazy times. Well, we came out, we got a coat of paint on the outside, got a red coat of paint on the outside. We already did the red coat on the inside the other day. We got an epoxy floor paint on the bottom today, real thick epoxy paint. I did 2 coats of that, so let that sit. for a couple of days. The seats are all done. Those are ready to be installed. So just wait for this paint to dry. And we're almost there. A couple more steps. Well, there you have it. That's my finished project. It was a quarantine project, so the point of it was to not spend any money on it. You have to spend a little bit of money on it, screws and bolts, a little bit of this and that, but for the most part, we just used just parts and pieces and paint that we had laying around the house, plywood, and it came out pretty well.